But anyway, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another hardcore stream. Hopefully y'all are doing pretty well. Really, 𝗦ście𝗰𝗶, why? Do you seriously need to do, like, another Enderman ear? Okay, fine, we'll have to start again with another stream with an Enderman ear check. So recipes all the VOD viewers listening to the stream right now, both because of the vacuum in the background and, we have to do Enderman ear check again. But anyway, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another hardcore stream in the morning. It's in the morning. We're doing morning streams because I hate dealing with the early summer heat, and also it's probably the only time I could be able to do stuff, I guess. But anyway, let's do some hardcore stuff, shall we? I also need to get the playlist opening right now because I keep forgetting to turn on the playlist. But anyway, let's start off with the usual practice of having to go to do Enderman ear check, I guess. So that's gonna be lovely. But anyway, hope you're all having a pretty nice day so far. I'm feeling a bit weirdly lightheaded, which is very concerning, I guess. But the problem is that I've taken my medication. I've already did a bit of like basically my normal morning routine, and yet I feel a bit weirdly lightheaded, which is super bizarre. And I don't know if that's something I should definitely keep check on or something like that. But overall, should be doing okay, I guess. But anyway, hope you all are doing pretty nice though. How you doing, by the way, Dark 𝗦ście𝗰𝗶? It's currently evening for me on the Thursday. That's pretty much expected for those living in Europe and North America right now, so that's perfectly fine. Anyway, let's just keep getting some more work done, shall we? Yeah, we're doing some morning streams for like up towards like March of next year, I guess, because so far the heat, I'm gonna presume during the evenings that are gonna be very, very brutal. So hopefully that's not going to be always the case, but I don't really want to really bet that it's going to go any down, or the temperature's going to go down for the evening, so we're going to do early morning streams. Well, not early morning streams, but just morning streams in general, just to combat the heat. So anyway, to those who have not initiated or not really heard much about what Enderman ear check is, I highly recommend you do not wear headphones and crank the volume of your device up to like 100% or something, and also don't crank your stream volume up to 100% as well, because this would definitely hurt your ears in some capacity, or worse yet, you might actually destroy them. But I don't know how well that's going to go. Don't listen to 𝗦ście𝗰𝗶, by the way. He really wants destruction for everybody. Alright, without further ado, I guess. Also, how you doing, by the way, Real Milo? God, it's so loud. Can we have a left ear check? A right ear check. Another left ear check. Another right ear check. Center console. And last but not least, some surround sounds. Oh, missed that one. There we go. That should be more than enough. Might as well repair our tools. Repair some of our tools while we're at it here anyway, so might as well get some small repairs done. But since we already did an Enderman ear check like last stream, we don't really need to keep doing this all the time, but oh well. Oh well, I guess we have to like quickly get ourselves ready, I guess, but oh well. Blup blup blup. Alright, back to doing the more normal hardcore stuff, I guess. God, I cannot speak today. Holy frick. Is my brain really this brain dead or something like that? Because I feel like I cannot speak properly anymore. But then again, it is the morning, I guess, so maybe I don't function very well during the early mornings. I woke up very tired all of a sudden, actually. I remember waking up and I just feel extremely tired, and I don't know why. Because, yeah, I don't know why exactly that's the case for me. That's just kind of weird. Anyway, you gotta love seeing more 𝗦ście𝗰𝗶 viewers in the chat, so that's pretty nice. Or just more New Zealand chatters in general, which is always pretty nice. Alright, back to doing the hardcore stuff, because we still have a crap ton of floor plans we still need to work on. I mean, so far the bottom level over here is almost like completely done, except for like these areas over here, which we'll need to touch on very soon. Basically we finished off like these terraces over here, or not really terraces, but like these buildings over here for the floor plans, and we're up towards these areas over here, which I don't know I don't know how exactly do I want this to be formatted. At the same time, there would have to be a building over here, because I have, like, multiple buildings that want to be connected over here, I guess, and a roadway through here. But what the heck do I occupy in this space? there doesn't seem to be like a road or anything that connects over here, so maybe this is just one whole big-ass building, I guess? I don't know, and also I'm pretty stumped on how we're gonna really tackle that, but oh well, we'll try our best to like fit a pretty good building over there, I guess. Let's see how that would look. Let's also grab some more gray glass, because I am running out of it, because I'm a genius at supplying my own stuff. Alright, let's see over here. So, this is going to be like the sort of high terrace entrance for this building. We need to occupy a little bit of this space over here, so that's perfectly fine for us, I guess. We'll need to make sure we get like a nice sort of outline of a building over here, so we can maximize as much of this space as possible. But yeah, this will be a bit of an interesting challenge in how to get a building that like fits between like a lot of different floors, I guess. Oh boy. I mean, none of the floor plans really account for the fact that some buildings are going to be more than one story, so this will be very interesting to deal with. We can actually add like a little bit of extra depth over here, so we don't need to have this wall flush right next to the pathway here. Placing down some light gray glass over here. And we'll see how this would go. I don't know if this is gonna work out or not, but I have a bad feeling it isn't. It probably wouldn't in some degrees, but oh well. We'll see. How else do I want this to work? Okay, we'll have the wall go through over here, I guess. This is gonna be a little bit jarring for this wall, I think. Or not, I think it's actually gonna work pretty okay. I don't know how much of this space would need to be filled in. I'm pretty like stumped in some of the areas over here. Maybe I'll leave it like a bit of a 2-block gap over here for whatever reason, but I don't know. Why did I formatted this building like this anyway? Why on earth did I like this building to be like this? This seems kind of jarring in some degree. So I might just fix it real quick, because this seems kind of weird. Okay, let's go over here. Oh, you guys don't even hear the music. You guys are not helping me with, like, in terms of audio whatsoever. You guys did not hear any sort of music. There you go. I was, like, wondering, is the music playing right now? Like, I had to double check the audio meters. And no, the music is not playing right now. You guys have zero awareness of the music not being played. You've just been hearing nothing but my voice, which I don't know is a selling point, I guess, for me, but then again, I don't know if anyone really cares that much. If you just hear nothing but my voice and nothing else, that'll be very weird. Anyway, yeah, I should definitely make sure the audio meters are always like supervised at all times, but then again, I don't really have like a producer or anything like that, so they can't really, no one can really yell at me for me to fix all of that, but oh well. How the frick does this have to be laid out? I guess up towards this edge, I guess. Having this building go up towards like an edge over here would be alright. But then again, this is a very tight looking area for us to work with like a building and stuff like that. So I don't know how well that's going to go. Let me fix this. I don't know if I have a very nice voice. It sounds okay-ish, but thanks to like my stuttering and like very like inconsistent like speaking abilities, I don't know if it's gonna be a really nice voice after a while. But oh well. Let's see over here. Do I want a pillar that goes down all the way over there? Let's keep that would be a little bit weird if that's the case. So let's try and have it go all the way towards that edge. Like that sort of like a weird corner indent of some kind. We could probably put a pillar through there, I guess. I don't know if this is going to be enough space, though. I feel like this is very, very cramped. The building over here is going to be very, very cramped, but... oh, well, I can't think of anything too much, maybe, but maybe I can move this back a little bit so it can occupy this space? Maybe. I think it might be the best course of action just to maximize as much space as we have in the inside. A haste beacon does absolutely nothing, by the way. You can try it yourself. Even with like efficiency 5 tools and whatnot and haste 2, it doesn't make any... sorry, it doesn't make breaking glass any close to being fast, by the way, Dark Draki. Trust me, I already tried. Okay, what do I do with this building over here? Because we have this sort of like weird, sort sort of intersection of a building over here, I guess. So maybe keep this building straight, but I don't like it just always being straight, but oh well. Oh well, I'll just have to like deal with it for now until we figure out a better solution maybe. Besides, these are just floor plans anyway. They're not really going to be the definitive like sort of like plans for what the building should be at all times. I cannot speak properly anymore. What the frick? Is my stomach trying to burp or something like that? It's really struggling to like speak properly. Jesus. Alright, let's see. So we got a nice looking area over here. Yeah, this is a bit of an awkward sort of like positioning for something. Because I want to like have this building, once it has like multiple stories, have that connect with this building and stuff like that. But I have no idea if the floor plan that I laid out makes sense in that regard. But it could, but also it might not. I don't know. I really have no idea how well this is going to be implemented, but oh well. We'll worry about that probably later on. In the meantime, though, this seems like a very weirdly elongated sort of, like, building of some kind. There really isn't that much room to, really work with, extrusions and stuff like that, and I don't want the pillar to go directly above, like, a path and stuff like that. So what we could try and do is making an extrusion for this building, I guess. Touch towards the walls of this building, maybe. So we can utilize this space over here for all of our building needs, I guess. I have no idea. Maybe this will work out, because I have no idea what else to really do around here. Okay, I'll fix that up over here, just like so. Put another quartz pillar over there. So yeah, there will be like some sort of like wall over here, or like extra room, I guess, for people to go through over here. So this makes it a little bit more interesting to work with inside like this building of some kind. But yeah, this straight wall over here, I don't think we can do much about that, which is really concerning. Ow! What the frick are you doing over here? Oh, how you doing, by the way, Manic? Hope you're doing pretty well. Does this mean, I don't even know if this would make sense. I don't even know if this is going to be good or not, so this is going to be very conflicting for me. Also might move this a little bit on this side, I guess. Just so that way the basalt pillars match up with the rest of the walls for this building. But yeah, I need to figure out what the heck do I do with this entire flat surface over here. Or this flat wall over here, because I don't know how well that's going to go. Oh well, we'll worry about that later. Let's focus on like getting the proper walls down here first of all. Can you shut the frick up, you friggin' piglin? That wasn't even like the maximum like draw distance for that stupid bow. Anyway, goody. How about you, says Manic? I'm doing okay. I mean, so far I have like some weird sort of like lightheadedness, I guess, despite like taking my medication and stuff like that. So overall, I'm doing okay-ish. But I'm not doing amazing for whatever reason. I think my brain hates me just doing streams during the morning, but overall I'm doing okay, I guess. How you doing, by the way, Milky? Hope you're doing pretty well so far, mate. Alright, let's go and go around through here, I guess, and double check that these spaces are not completely bummed up. I mean, so far it seems to be promising-ish. I mean, we have this weird-ass gap, but probably gonna worry about that later on, maybe. We'll just probably fill that in with more netherrack. Trying to go to bed early, so I haven't been in recently, that's why. I mean, that's pretty good, though. Maintain those habits, and you're able to, like, have much more better lifestyle than, like, I would say, most than I have, I guess. Having a better, like, lifestyle like that with, like, a good sleep schedule is always pretty good. At least you're able to beat, like, 80% of viewers in this chat. I'm kidding, but then people keep bragging about how little sleep some people have, which is pretty horrifying. So yeah, definitely maintain that nice sort of sleep schedule, though. That's pretty healthy. I wanted to, like, build a doorway over here until I realized that maybe it's wise to put the doorway over here, I think. So this pathway just leads up to, like, absolutely nothing. So let's probably get rid of this pathway then. How you doing, by the way, Strange Cliff, though? Welcome back. Charlie, welcome back. And also 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶. Great name. Welcome to the Fox Army. Hope your day's been doing pretty well. Let's make an entrance over here. Single door entrance will be fine. And overall, it doesn't look to be too bad, I guess, with the floor plans of this building. I mean, it seems pretty whack in like the edges over here, but overall, it's not too bad, I think. Honestly, I have no idea. And I would probably need to like think of like a very creative solution to occupy this flat surface over here. But yeah, I'll worry about that later on, because this will be a very interesting layout, I guess. Anyway, Weenie says you got a soothing voice. I highly doubt. I mean, soothing I can kind of get, but yeah, that's the only thing I can really get. But anything else, I don't know about my voice being very good to listen to, I guess. I don't know. But who knows? Some people like my voice, apparently, which is interesting. I'll take that as a compliment, I guess. Anyway, hate not staying up all night anymore, which is completely fine, though. As long as you don't need to exhaust yourself in order to like do normal stuff anyway, Manic, then that's all good for you. You don't want to like overwork yourself all the time or overdo stuff all the time and just have your brain damaged all the time or something like that. Holy frick. Oh god, I'm rambling and I don't know how to speak coherently. Oh god. Oh well. But yeah, you don't like beat yourself too much about that. Part of me wants me to move the church building, I guess, so that's what I want this to be. Like move this like church building like over here, but I don't know how that's going to work. Like I want to occupy a little bit more of this space here because we're not really utilizing this space here, or maybe we could utilize all the space for like a mini cemetery of some kind, because you know, people would eventually die in their own ways, so maybe having like some sort of cemetery over here would make a little bit of sense. Who knows? That might be interesting. I'm also gonna put some basalt pillars over here. Even though this is gonna be primarily like some sort of like quartz building, it will be interesting to see like basalt pillars being like a support pillar for all these buildings, I guess. Let's see here. That's all gonna be made out of quartz. That was already agreed on like a long time ago. Oh, it's not really a long time ago. It's only like early like this week, because most like the progress we made with all the floor plans have been very staggering. Like we've only done all this floor plans in like a single week compared to like all the terraforming we need to do, which lasted like well over like a couple of months. It's ridiculous how fast we've like progressed with all these floor plan areas here. Anyway, I've been going to sleep at 7 p.m. and waking up at 4 a.m. which I guess is healthy, I guess, but that seems a bit interestingly early for you, or interestingly early to go to sleep, but to each their own, I guess. Draki says, why is your voice so nice? I don't freaking know. Vibo says because he is Fox. I doubt it's because I'm Fox or whatever like that. Imagine I'm like using a voice changer or something like that, and this is all like a synthetic voice, but unfortunately this is just my mic. This is just my mic in a nutshell, I guess. But I don't know why it's soothing. I really don't still understand. How the frick are we gonna like access this terrace though? I just realized there really isn't that much of an easy entrance for this area. Yeah, this seems a little bit awkward in some way. Some way, I guess. Maybe there will be some sort of staircase over here, maybe? Just a mini staircase of some kind. Just to make it simple, I guess. For these areas over here, I have no idea how we're gonna like structure a road, but we'll probably figure out something eventually. Yeah, we're gonna make sure these roads are only 2 blocks wide, just to avoid like any complications with getting these areas dealt with. I don't freaking know what to say anymore. I think it's the way you intone words, Fox. Maybe the way I've like tone words, maybe? I don't know. I really have no idea how my tonal voice is, I guess. God, I cannot speak properly anymore. Holy frick. Like whenever I listen to my voice and I just say random stuff, I just hate myself. It just sounds so bad with like words I'm just making up on the spot. Despite being in New Zealand for like the majority of my life, I haven't really caught up with like getting like a Kiwi accent or whatever like that. Like a lot of New Zealanders I've talked to just know that I don't sound like a Kiwi, but yet alone, here I am, I guess. Still apparently having a soothing voice and I don't get it still. Still don't get it, but oh well. To each your own, I guess. To each your own. Always love listening to Cubby's tracks, though. It's super nice. It's super nice to listen to. Probably just gonna avoid talking too often for today's stream, because I don't know if my brain is functional, if you know what I mean. I don't know if my brain is really up to like the right sort of like shape for today. So I'm just gonna make sure I don't overload my brain in some degree, I guess. So we're just gonna be just focusing on the chill vibes. Brain is braining, yeah. That's basically what's happening. My brain is currently braining. Whatever the frick that means. It's probably preoccupying itself with like something that's completely irrelevant to whatever I'm doing right now. So it's something that's not related to streaming, which is probably quite frequent actually. Probably thinking about like other ideas or stuff that I need to worry about, or maybe I'm anxious. But then again, I've been streaming for like, what, like consecutively for like more than 2 years, and I've been doing Twitch streams since like 2017. So why the frick am I still nervous if that's the case? Maybe there's some sort of like underlying anxiety that I hate, but then again, I don't feel like there should be any major anxiety. I guess like, I guess with the exception of like this channel slowly dying and no one is active anymore or listening to the streams, but that's not necessarily true. But yeah, I don't know what the heck my brain's thinking up right now and why it's full of anxiety, I guess. Very bizarre. Anyway, why do you use hoe for the glass? Because if I use a pickaxe, I may accidentally like break all the netherrack over here, because instant mining and all that stuff, but once you have like a very powerful pickaxe. So to avoid having those issues and like problems all the time, I usually resort to like another tool with Silk Touch, so that's why I'm using a netherite hoe with Silk Touch. But necessarily, not necessarily, but like you don't necessarily need to use the netherite hoe to break glass. You can use the shovel or like the axe with Silk Touch, and that also works pretty well as well. But yeah, it just avoids having to deal with this, you know, when you accidentally mine something and you went bleh, bleh, and it just breaks everything. Whenever you're trying to like work on like very small things. So yeah, that avoids that sort of issue that keeps happening all the time. Alright, anyway, also join the Wacky Discord server if you haven't, by the way. We need to inflate our numbers very slowly. Still need to inflate our numbers. Like, I know the active viewership count is very low, despite the viewership count of this stream being quite high, but still, we still need to inflate those numbers. So yeah, join the Wacky Discord server if you haven't, by the way. Alright. Make another right angle turn over here. We'll probably just make sure we maintain like some sort of simple right angle turns for the meantime. Around through these parts over here. I'm older than a bot, says Strangecliff. I mean, then again, I added that bot for like the subred feed and stuff like that pretty recently, like last night. So, oh well. Alright, let's just quickly grab some more white glass. We're definitely gonna eat up our like reserve glass on like white glass, I believe. Oh boy, we might need to like dedicate some streams to just trying to like get some more glass after a while. So that's just gonna be great for all of us. Let's go over here. Pick that and have another road go through over here, I guess. I have no idea how these roads are supposed to be constructed or how well this road should be constructed. But considering that we're trying to make up as much like plots of land for buildings over here, this is going to be a very tough thing to like manage, because there really isn't a lot of room over here for like both plots of land for buildings and the road entirely. So this is going to be an interesting challenge. Just slow and steady. That's pretty much like the main thing we need to focus on while doing all this. Just focus on making sure that it looks pretty good for the meantime. I don't know if there will be a community garden, like so much like a farm or something like that the community or like the city would utilize. That might be an idea for like some of the outskirts, but I don't know if I would implement that. I guess the closest thing to like a community garden would be the botanical gardens in the middle, but I'm not too sure about like some sort of community gardens like that, so not too sure really. Like a farm, like some sort of like plots of land for farming where food and stuff like that is produced might be a pretty good idea. But I don't know where exactly where I want to put that. So maybe in like the outskirts, maybe having like them like located all over in the outskirts, or maybe I'll build like floating islands outside of the city that act as like those farm islands for villagers to like get food and stuff like that. And that might be a pretty good idea to experiment with. But so far I don't have anything in my head that might work very well yet. So who knows? That might be an interesting idea to explore. Alright, let's make a bit of a road go through over here. And maybe like another entranceway for like the terraces over in this direction as well, which is pretty handy. How you doing, by the way, Hunter Itachi? Hope you're doing pretty nice, Itachi, mate. Welcome back. Alright, let's go back over here. Why is your motivation still play Minecraft? I mean, this Twitch channel in general has been the main motivation to still play Minecraft, I guess. Because if I don't continue doing Minecraft streams, the channel will die. And that's pretty much my motivation. I'm kidding, but like, actually no, I'm not kidding too much. But like, at the same time, like, I still enjoy playing Minecraft. There's like a lot of ideas I still have in my head for this hardcore world that I want to implement, but it's just been a very slow progress in getting that through. But I guess that's a pretty good way of like getting motivation, is to have like a bucket list of ideas already in your head and just take the time that you need to just keep working on it, I guess. But yeah, that's some bits of motivation that I have. Also, Atlas Azure, welcome to the Fox Army. Hope your day's been doing pretty alright. But yeah, pretty much like just Twitch streaming in general has helped to like motivate me to keep playing Minecraft all the time as well. Even just go on this hardcore world for the most part. And honestly, it's pretty relaxing in its own right, I guess. It's been very helpful. Chill vibes. Love this track so much as well. Alright, there we go. This is a very, like, clumsy sort of bit of road, but at the same time, we could definitely fit some buildings around through these plots of land, I guess. No idea if I could fit a building over here, though, so that might be just disputed, I guess. But for the most part, doesn't look too bad. Also, I'm good, but my black and white cat has brown fur, and I'm trying to figure out why. Just sudden appearance of brown fur. I mean, then again, it could also just be a genetics thing. I know for a fact that some cats would often, like, look like a certain color in, like, at one point of their life, but as they get older, they'll get, like, other, like, fur colors, maybe. So, it depends, really. Also, why do I feel my, why do I feel myself looking at the stars with this track? English, anyway. But yeah, this is a pretty nice sort of, like, mystical track, I guess, to listen to. It's pretty calming, as always, so I can understand that sort of feeling. Alright, so we got the main road sorted out, so now our main objective now is to, occupy all these plots of land with buildings. What could possibly go wrong? Also, we need to also figure out how to get to this terrace as well, because I want to turn this into maybe like a forge of some kind, but I also don't have like a way to get up towards this terrace, so this will be a bit of an interesting thing to deal with. Maybe have like some sort of road over here, actually. Having some road over here would probably work out, maybe? Let's see how that would work. Have that go over there, and have that just lay out over here. Might work out pretty alright. Blah, 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 blah. And I managed to fall down like that. Holy frick, I'm so good at this game. Wow. Genius Minecrafter, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, there we go. We can have a bit of an entrance to this building over here, and this could just turn into some sort of forge. So, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Alright, let's start working on the actual building, shall we? We need to get ourselves a nice sort of like a layout, a basic layout for what the building shape should be. This would probably be 1 or 2 buildings, or 3 buildings maybe. I'll be occupying this space over here, so let's see if we can try and utilize all the land here, I guess. Let's have a little bit of an indent over here, or an extrusion over here. And then have that go around to the back. Or actually, let's have that touch around through here. And then have this area occupied. Yes, this will work. And out of all the cats, mine is the only one that has like black and white and stuff like that. Or the black and white fur, I guess? Well, it really shows that it might be like a genetic thing then. But that's pretty interesting if that cat was the only one that's black and white. Which is pretty interesting, I guess. Very interesting sort of genetics. Alright, anyway. Let's go and fill these parts over here. Da, da, da. Pillars, pillars over here, pillars over here. Well, considering that these areas are going to be completely covered up, I don't know if it's necessary to, like, put some pillars over there, though. I don't know how this is going to be arranged. Part of me wants me to, like, treat it as the same way I do with 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹, but at the same time, I don't know if that would be a good idea. Especially with those like walls that would go right next to like the cliff face like that. But who knows? Let's see how that will look. Nope, that's a terrible idea. There we go. Then we'll have like a normal wall that just spans over in this direction. Actually, we could just place it down now, so we could just not have to fill it in later on. So just like that. This is where all the normal walls will be positioned. Then over here is the continuation of the accent walls. Let's see how that will look. Yeah, that looks pretty alright. Have that go over there, and voila. I think we could fit in like 2 buildings here, I think. Depending on how much space will be over here. So let me just quickly add in like the inner walls real quick. Anyway, I'm kind of like lost in like the entire conversation about what the entire like conversation is, I guess, about the cat, but that's still pretty interesting. Would gender be like affecting the color of some cats? I mean, it depends, I guess. Not too sure though. I'm not really too like in depth in like knowing about like cat genetics and stuff like that, but who knows? Let's see here. We can split this area like so. So we can have this area completely split up. So we have like this nice sort of area over here. While this building, it seems pretty small, but it would occupy like a pretty decent-ish area over here, I guess. What we could try and do is probably extrude this wall a little bit. So that way we have a little bit of extra space for this building around here. And then have it end extrusion right over here as well. So yeah, just add a little bit of extra space for this building. Because this seems kind of whack. Gingers are more likely to be male, and turtle she'll most likely be like a female of some kind. I mean, that could make a bit of sense then. So yeah, that's interesting. Turtle shell and more likely to be female. Alright, fair enough then. Also running out of black glass, that's a good sign as well. Gonna make sure our like glass stocks are still okay. Alright, let's take a look at the overall size. That doesn't look too bad. These 2 buildings over here look pretty okay-ish. Let's see, we could put like a single door or double doorway. Maybe like a double doorway that's a little bit asymmetrical. Actually, no, it's not gonna be asymmetrical. Okay, never mind. That's pretty good then. Nice symmetrical doorway over here, a nice sort of also double doorway over here as well, which is interesting. Pretty interesting, I guess. Do 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 do. Could also probably add like a quartz pillar over here just to make things a little bit more neater, I guess. But overall, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I'm not too sure about the placement of the the basalt pillars though, but overall, it doesn't look too like horrible. So I'll live with it. Very interesting then. Do 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 do, bum 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 bum. Sorry, I'm just very occupied with like listening to the music most of the time. Don't know what the what to really like input in like the chat messages though. Let's see, you can add a bit of quartz pillars over here, and we'll see how that would look. Bloop, bloop. Yeah, that looks pretty alright. Add some more like gray glass around through here, and hopefully that's gonna be alright, I guess. Can we fit 2 buildings over here, actually? I think we could fit 2 buildings, actually. How you doing, by the way? It's GOG. I'm 10 coin for the fans, by the way. Just changed my name, AE. Hope you're doing pretty well so far, though, mate. Definitely haven't seen you in quite some time, but that's no worries, though, mate. Hope your day's been doing alright, though. Hopefully you've been doing alright. God, I can't speak properly still. But yeah. Hope your day's been doing okay so far, 10 coin for the fans, mate. Anyway, doing alright. School has been keeping me busy, which is pretty much like expected. But yeah, that's good to hear, though. Glad to hear you're still doing alright, though. Alright, we need to quickly restock on black glass because we are slowly running out of it. So let's quickly grab all the stuff that we need. La 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 la. Where's the freaking shulker boxes? There they are. Hello guys, I'm in the way again. Yes, I know. You guys want to kill me. Yes, I know. Alright, where's my black glass? Running out of black glass over there. There we go. More black glass to spend on. Alright, we'll just head over in this direction then. Anyway, closing in on 2 years in February. Nice. Also, I haven't forgot about you. That's why I came here. That's pretty pog, though. But yeah. Hopefully he's still doing alright, though. Also, B-Dog. How you doing, by the way, B-Dog mate? Welcome back. Yeah, you probably would, like, ask the veterinarian to see what their thoughts are about, like, your cat changing colors like that. Just definitely take a little bit of a checkup and see what their input is. Most likely they'll be okay. It probably is just some sort of like growing thing that they would probably like change fur color after a while. But who knows? Maybe the veterinarian would have much better insight over that over any of us in this chat. Anyway, 7,000 days. I joined at less than 2,000. Geez, you've been grinding. I mean, considering that the day counter has been very slowly going up because we've been working in the nether for quite some time, it would be probably well over 8,000 if it's like if we've been working on something in the overworld. So I don't know, if it's still completely accurate in terms of that sort of grind. But yeah, I guess we've been working on this world for quite a long time though. Actually, what's our playtime now? I sort of got the playtime statistic must have like changed a little bit, I guess. It's 65.57. My phone is in my freaking bed. Frick. Where the frick did I put my phone? There it is. Because the only calculator, because they always say you cannot have a calculator in your pocket or wherever like that at all times, but frick teachers who said that. And let me double check if the number is still accurate in terms of our playtime. 65 days, 65 and a half days times 24 is equal to, or not days. Yeah, 65.5 days. Never mind, ignore what I just said. Alright, we're only like 27 hours, or yeah, 27 hours until we can change the tile to like 1600 hours. So yeah, only just 27 hours later on, so not too much. We haven't really grinded very hard as compared to like other months and whatnot. But yeah, we're still on the 1500 hour mark, I guess, still. But until we reach maybe like another 4 streams, 12 streams, I guess, like another 12 streams, we'll finally reach that sort of like 1600 hour mark milestone maybe. So we're making some pretty good solid progress still, so that's pretty good, I guess, for this world. Anyway, but you have been grinding a little bit, I guess, but not as much as like other like hardcore streamers I've seen who've already reached like 10,000 Minecraft days and beyond. So it's it's nothing compared to them. All right, anyway, make sure we have some basalt pillar accents around through here. This is a very tiny house. I would want to figure out a way to like deal with that, but I don't know how much we can really expand this area because this is a very tight looking house of some kind. Probably move this over here just to make things a little bit more easier for us to work with. I know, by the way, Aspect, HDH, hope your day's been doing pretty well. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, hopefully you're having a pretty nice day so far though, mate. B-Dog, if you want to know what we're working on, you can do !building or !project. So that way you know what you guys, so that way you know what the heck we're working on at the moment. But I guess the TLDR is that we're working on like a nether city, so either one of those commands will help you a little bit. Just make sure that your whispers are like enabled for your account though, because we've had a lot of issues with people not being able to receive the whispers for whatever reason, and it's kind of sad. Not for them, but like, or it's just kind of sad how like the implementation of whispers has been recently. Oh well. Let's see here. Let's see what outline we can make out of this area over here. Also, freaking hit my freaking bloody like stomach with the bloody water bottle. But anyway, stay hydrated, by the way. Stay hydrated. What's the other command? It's !building. You can get the command from like the title, by the way, because all the commands that are often like very useful to use are always like listed in the title. The best part about smaller streamers, I'm amazed that I'm still a small streamer, is that they read the chat and answer the questions and stuff. I mean, depends really. It's really a double-edged sword, if I have to be completely honest with like the idea of being a smaller streamer and stuff like that. Like, it is good, I guess, for chat interaction, but then again, some people love that too much, if you know what I mean. So often they'll just spew out very bullcrap questions and expect the streamer to answer, and then if they answer for obvious reasons because it's very whack and stuff like that, then they get into like a fit of rage, and I've had that happen multiple times in the past, and I hate it. So it's a double-edged sword. It's really with like a double-edged sword, I guess. Like, it's good for viewer interaction, but then again, not all viewers are good. So that's my sort of thought about that as being a smaller streamer. Sometimes I do wish I could just not need to care at all with the chat sometimes and just focus on doing my own streaming thing. That's, yeah, again, it's a really double-edged sword, I guess, in the most part. Sometimes it's good, sometimes absolutely annoying to deal with. So it's whatever, really. I would say, like, I'm still like a middle like size streamer, because a small streamer is someone who's trying to like grind towards like affiliate or partner and stuff like that, or is like relatively like just starting out maybe. So maybe I'm just like somewhere like in the middle, I guess, because I'm definitely not a big streamer, because if that's the case, this chat will be completely unreadable. So somewhere like in the middle, I guess. So kind of fits better in that sort of description. But still, depends on like how smaller streamers are also like accounted for, I guess. But anyway, so for the follower count, despite it like growing for like the past few years, hasn't really been like very active in terms of like viewership and stuff like that. So it's just kind of whatever, really. It's just kind of all over the place. Holy frick, I cannot speak anymore. All right, let's see. Let's fix up this area and see how this will look. This looks like to be a very big project. Oh boy, it is. It's going to be a very big project. I mean, considering that we've been working on this since February, I would presume it's a big project, because I don't know what other scale of like a project this size would be called, I guess. Like, it is a bit of like a mega build project of some kind, and it technically is because we're working on a city. So, That's always pretty cool to like say, I guess. Anyway, Aspect, welcome to the Fox Army. Hope your day's been doing alright. I mean, then again, I probably answered your, like, I think you probably said you're doing alright, so I have no idea. Anyway, I'm rambling again. It's mid. Anyway, I don't know if it's mid in terms of like size or mid because it actually is mid, but I have no idea. I mean, it looks mid because it's not complete yet. But also like Hermitcraft big? I mean, I don't know what's the definition of Hermitcraft big, because I would say that's like the size of like a huge ass island or something like that, but I guess it's somewhere in that sort of proportion maybe. Oh, my mood is mid. So mediocre-ish. Okay, that's fair enough then. Day's been pretty mid. I mean, that's pretty fine. That's pretty fine then. I mean, it's not fine-ish, but like at the same time, it's better than terrible. So, it really depends though. Also, I kind of believe I can't believe how much work this requires. Yeah, this requires a lot of work. I mean, then again, we've been working on this since like February, so that's how much work has been poured into this entire place, I guess. But then again, I feel like for a project this scale with like other bigger streamers, this would have been done like probably like a month ago or something like that. So it depends on really how you allocate your time. Because my time, I don't really spend so much time like working on projects all the time, I guess. I usually have like a lot of spare time I can just spend on like doing other things. So if someone really wants to no-life it, no-life Minecraft and all that stuff, they could probably finish this in like a matter of months, I guess. But for me, I just like to take my time, which is completely fine, I guess. VODs says my patience will be gone by now, which is fair. I mean, yeah, it's really like knowing what is the scale of the project that you want to work on and whether or not it's good for you or something like that. What's the size of the city? Let's see here. So we have, like, this is the main district area. So far, like, the outline of the city would go from, like, this point over here. I don't know if I want to occupy these spaces over here, though. So around through here, you see all these beacons. That's pretty much like the outskirts of this entire city. Around through here, a little bit around through here, and then go around around the perimeter over this beacon over here. Then around through here a little bit, and then around through here a little bit as well. Go over to these terraces, down through over here, and also around through these outskirts over here, I guess, that we've already been occupying for quite some time. And all the way around through here. So that's how big the city is. Yeah, it's a very big area. But then again, considering that we only taken like a week just to get all these building layouts done, I think we can easily like populate this entire city in like a matter of like a few extra weeks, I guess. So that's perfectly fine. That's too small. That's such a small area, I know, right? Anyway, yeah, it's very, very small. Have you thought of the design of the buildings? Yep, I already got like, what's the word? Some prototype ideas or prototype designs of what the city buildings will look like. Like, we're going to be using a lot of like quartz blocks and stuff like that. So that's something I have in mind for what the buildings will look like. Though, again, it's not finalized, of course. I can easily, like, edit with, like, some other, like, palettes of blocks if I need to. But overall, I think the major block palette that I'll be using is just quartz blocks. Because that looks pretty nice and has much better looks compared to, like, other blocks I've worked with. Anyway, if we consider you are doing this in the nether, then it would even be bigger than Hermitcraft. I mean, then again, like, some of the Hermitcraft members have worked on big, like, very big, like, nether projects in the past as well, so it's just whatever, I guess. Depends on how you, like, view, like, the size, the proportions of some of these builds. How in the bloody hell do I split this into, like, 2 different buildings? Maybe, like, have a split through... I want to put a do I want to put a window over here, though? Might as well make a split over here. And then have this go around through here a little bit. So we have a nice sort of like division between 2 buildings around through here. So that doesn't look too bad. Would the buildings change in different areas? Most likely, because it would make sense to have like different areas of the city have like different styles, I guess, to cater to like the villages, or not villages, the villagers that will be living in certain parts of the city maybe. That's kind of like some of the rough ideas I have, but of course everything might be completely different by the end of it. But having some variety of like different buildings in certain areas of the city would make a bit of sense anyway. So hopefully I'll be able to like get that done eventually. Let's also make an entranceway over here so that way there's like a bit of like a backdoor area for like something to happen maybe. I have no idea what this area is going to be allocated for. Alright, let's see. That looks pretty alright. I'm not gonna really overdo it with like ultimate basalt pillars for the meantime, but I think that's a pretty good layout for like the buildings over here. I mean, it's only 2 buildings that are pretty large, but who knows? It might occupy this space pretty well if we design something pretty good, I guess. Alright, that's that area down. Oh, I forgot the freaking doorways. I forgot to like add the doorways, I just remembered. Backyard, maybe like some sort of yard area or scrap area maybe. That's just some ideas I can think of on the top of my head, but it could also change, so I have no idea. Alright, let's quickly deal with this terrace over here, because I want to work this area into like some sort of like forge or power station of some kind. I'm still not finalized on like what the idea of this building is going to be. But it might be cool to have like some sort of like power station of something like that living over here. Anyway, oh frick off, these freaking hoglins. Strange Cliff says, how often do you save the world? What do you mean by saving the world? Like, because every single like the game automatically like saves itself all the time anyway. But I guess like backing up the world, I guess, if that's what you mean. Like often back up the world usually like well, it's not frequent. It's usually like 1 or 2 weeks at most in like periods, I guess. But the reason why I do that like in a very long time span is that the file size is pretty big. So unless I like delete some chunks of this world, I don't want to really like touch too much about the world size and whatnot just yet. But it is pretty big. It is a pretty big world size though. Alright, let's just fix up all these accents over here real quick. Can you all just chill for a moment? Holy frick, why do you guys have 0 chill? Honk. Alright, anyway. Oh, okay, you really want to fight me. Well, there you go. You're now dead. You want to join your dead parents, I guess? That sounds terrible. Anyway, let's keep going. Have you ever thought of being an architect? Like IRL? Kinda? Like I had like some sort of like aspiration to be an architect until I realized, oh wow, this is terrible. Like, nah, I'm not gonna really spend so much time like trying to like draw like a lot of building plans and proposals and stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't really like think too much about being an architect after a while, because it gets kind of tedious in terms of like work and all that stuff. So yeah, not really. Like I kind of like, excuse me, I kind of prefer like just making like a Minecraft builds like as a bit of a hobby instead of like an actual like occupation, you know. It's all about just like figuring out what is something I'm passionate about, and I'm not really too passionate about like making huge buildings all the time. I just like having a variety, or sorry, I like just having the time to just spend on like doing whatever I want in this world, and usually just building stuff and just figuring out how to make my own things is kind of what it is, I guess. I don't know how to describe it though. My words may be not very well articulated, so I just view this as like a bit of like a hobby instead of really like something I want to work on as like a job. Although it can translate into like some sort of like job position maybe, but in the meantime I'll just stick to it as just being a nice sort of hobby that I like to do. I just like to make buildings. Alright, so I need to utilize this area a little bit. I don't know how it's going to be utilized, but it'll be interesting to, yeah, it'll be interesting if I can try and like have this building like utilize this sort of like lava fall of some kind for like a power generation or something like that. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that goes maybe. Alright, open up these areas here for all the major walls. And I have no idea what to occupy over there, pass through that like pathway there, so that can just be like an empty area for whatever purpose, I guess. Alright, switch that over there, and then we'll just add some nice wall blocks around through here. lava into stair in the ground? I don't know what you mean by that. Anyway, the form of your houses are going to be insane, I guess. It might, but it also could be very simplistic, but it really just matters on how we treat them, I guess. For the most part, I think they're going to be pretty, like, simplistic in some, like, designs, which is perfectly fine, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see. No, I don't want to use that. I'm going to use the quartz pillars over here. So this would be, like, a bit of, like, a backdoor entrance to this, sort of area, maybe? To where, like, this forest is? I don't know why would this building have, like, a backdoor entrance over there, but hey, at least that's an option, maybe. Maybe we can utilize that for some sort of purpose. We don't have any green glass left. That's lovely. Where's my shulker boxes at? There they are. Grab that. Waterlog stair in lava and make a chain. Waterlog stair with lava and make a chain. I'm confusion on how that's going to work. Anyway. For some reason, I find people building something pretty entertaining. I think it's just relaxing, I guess, because I can see it, like, I can see the point of that as well. Just having like a nice sort of like place where you can relax a little bit is just, and just a bit soothing maybe. It's similar to like watching like, you know, Bob Ross do like a painting and stuff like that. Just something like mesmerizing, just watching someone do like all that like work for whatever purpose and all that stuff. It just feels both calming and also very interesting to watch. So that's just something I feel like it's a pretty interesting observation. But I don't know if it really translates well, but still. But the stairs in the ground and waterlog them. I mean, that's what I'm presuming you're meaning anyway, but I'm not too sure how well that's going to be able to work. I mean, it might work well, but I'm not sure if like the design will work very well in general, but we'll see. Okay, let's also like quickly add some of that there. Yeah, this seems kind of like off, but oh well. It's pretty alright. Right, how much of a division or how much of a split do you want this to work? Because I don't think we have like a lot of like space to work with, which is pretty horrifying. So pillar over here. Can you guys just shut up? There we go. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good layout for like the basalt pillars there. That looks pretty alright. Yeah, you can take a look at the bottom right to see what time it is. For me, it's currently 10:04 a.m. here in New Zealand. So it's still relatively early in the morning. Well, not early in the morning, but it's still technically morning. Right now, people who are supposed to be in like elementary to like high school right now are currently suffering because of, well, school. But other than that, it's pretty much just chill here. Let's see. Yeah, this space would not be occupied by anything because I can't think of anything that would be big enough to fit through there. Currently, it's 23:05, which means it's 11:05 p.m. Hopefully you get some good rest pretty soon then, because it is going to get a little bit late soon. And 𝗦𝗟, you should probably focus on like your school studies as much as you can, because that'll be kind of whack if you keep watching my streams all the time. All right. Let's go and have this wall just go over here, maybe. Or maybe we can make an extrusion over here. Would that fit? Maybe. Aspect is I'm sick, so I don't need to do anything at the moment, which is perfectly fair, I guess. As long as you're able to like have a way of like resting yourself, then I guess that makes a little bit of sense, maybe. Anyway, let's see if we can try and like open up these areas of like the walls over here, just touching the pathways maybe. I'm trying to like see if there's like a good balance between like walls that are adjacent to the pathway and also not. But most of them are right adjacent to the pathway, which is pretty not what I want, but oh well. Yeah, I think that's a good sort of like range of different like buildings we can allow. Alright, let's add some of the pillars around through here. One pillar over there. Yeah, I guess another pillar over there just for consistency. There. There, 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 and there, and there. Alright. This seems a very... this looks extremely staggered, Jesus. This will be interesting to split up, because this would have to be multiple buildings and not one. Let me just quickly grab some more light gray glass, because I keep forgetting our supply. This is like ASMR, I guess. I mean, there are people in the chat that actually enjoy like the block sounds being like part of ASMR and stuff like that, but I wouldn't really want to advertise it that much as ASMR streams, because that would be kind of bizarre. It's currently the weekend for you, 𝗦cie𝗶𝗹? Unless it's like a public holiday, then I guess that makes a little bit of sense. But it's only currently Friday here in New Zealand, so that might be pretty interesting to deal with. Okay, let's make a wall over here. That separates that. Would I want this to be an entire building, or should I split this up even more? Considering there really isn't that much space for anything else. And we could turn this into like another building, maybe. Let me just quickly split this off. I'll move this a little bit over here. So can we also have another entrance over here, maybe? And this can just be another building, maybe? Or would it not work out that way? I have no idea. Probably would just have to... I think I'd probably just stick to this being like a single building. Maybe like some sort of restaurant of some kind. That might work pretty well for this area. Anyway, Godly Ghost King, welcome to the Fox Army. Hope your day's been doing pretty well. If not, then hopefully the stream is making your day a little bit better then. So good at like matching up with like the rhythm of the tracks. Anyway, it's 8 minutes past. It also is Friday here, and where I live, instead of Saturday and Sunday being the weekend, Friday and Saturday is considered the weekend. Interesting. Don't think I've actually ever researched like certain like cultures seeing Friday as a weekend, but that's still pretty interesting though. So technically, I guess for you, 𝗦cie𝗶𝗹, it is the weekend. Interesting, very interesting. This also is a very puny freaking building. This does not have any room whatsoever, which is pretty yikes. So I'm gonna get rid of this sort of weird shape over here and probably move this a little bit up, just to maximize as much space as possible. And this is why you plan your buildings, because often or not you find issues like this, and then you're able to fix them. It's amazing. Alright, let's see. Directly over here. God, I can't sing the free music lyrics. Or like the melody. But yeah, that's somewhat of an improvement. I mean, some parts of it doesn't... Yeah, this part over here doesn't really make too much of a sense. But overall, it's not bad, I guess. I mean, then again, I could just turn this into like a ladder area, so who knows. That might work for the meantime, I guess. But yeah, these are very jankily placed buildings. That's all I can really say about them. I mean, I could move the wall over here so we can maximize a little bit of extra space around for this building. So let's see if we can try and fit that then. Anyway, I usually miss half the weekend streams since Sunday ain't a weekend for me or stuff similarly happened. So yeah, that's fair enough then. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And that looks a little bit more better. Alright, let's add some basalt pillars over here. Just around the corners over here, just to make it look like there's some like structural supports maybe. I don't know if I should put them on that corner, but that's... that'll be something I need to deal with after a while. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, this is a very rough sort of like a floor plan. This doesn't even have any freaking blade entrances yet. I'm such an idiot. There, entrance. There, a nice sort of one block entrance. And I don't have enough white glass. Lovely. Lovely. Gotta love dealing with that predicament. Give me the free food. Thank you very much. I need more orange glass as well. There we go. But yeah, I think I think that's gonna work out, I guess. I mean, this floor plan is very rough, but it should be fine. Also, that command is completely out of date, by the way. I usually stream during Mondays to Fridays, or throughout the weekdays, and maybe also Saturday as well, with like a variety gaming of some kind. So that's what that's what days I usually stream. But I usually just stream for 2 hours, because after a while my voice starts to die and I begin to suffer. So yeah, that's pretty much my limit, I guess. Well, it's not really much of a limit, it's really just me being safe about my voice, because if I overstrain it, then, well, we're all gonna perish. I'm gonna move this pathway a little bit over here. And just move this pathway a little bit to the left, so we can maximize more space for this area, maybe? God, I can't speak properly. It feels like I'm, like, burping constantly, but I don't have any gas in my stomach. Yeah, this is a very nice track. I mean, then again, it's Cubby. Cubby makes some really baller tracks all the time. Alright, what are you doing over here? How the heck did you even come over here? Well, anyway, get murdered. Get destroyed, you fool. Okay, let's make this into like a normal sort of like pathway over here. This building would probably like overhang across the perimeter over here, so that's kind of what I would expect for this area. Then over here is where we'll have like the entrance of the building, and it would just probably end off somewhere over here, maybe, because I don't want to occupy this space that much, really. Yeah, that much in general. Oh boy, this is a very rough area of land to work with. Oh god, I don't know if this is going to work well or not. There really isn't that much space for this building, god dang it. Okay, ooh, okay, let's see. So we got some accent blocks going around through here. That's gonna link up like so. I think we'll probably put it like that. There we go. Link it up like so. I'm gonna quickly swap between these two blocks. No, that's the wrong block. There we go. Okay, now I need to really think, because I do not know how well this area would be for this building, so it's time for me to do a little bit of thinking. Also, question, what does help your voice? I have a friend that also gets destroyed by his throat after speaking for a while, and really, just according to my GP, like, the best way to, like, deal with that is just to take a rest. Like, so far there really isn't that much of a magic cure, in terms of like helping to relieve throat issues like that. But so far, like, just after talking to my GP about it, so far the only like major solution with resolving this is just by just taking a good rest with your throat, and probably like drinking enough like liquids to make sure that you have enough, you know, like liquids to like help with healing your throat a little bit. So that's probably the advice that we probably should follow, I guess. Just resting your throat in general would help. Also, this building, this building's a bit of a mess. I think we might need to like make sure this is touching the walls a little bit, and I think we might need to also split this area up, because I also want to probably I want to maximize the amount of real estate we have anyway around through here. So we might need to break this off. Then have this go over here. I don't know what the frick am I doing, actually. Do that. Yeah, do something like that. So that way the walls can connect between this building and this building, because we need to maximize more space here, I think. Oh boy, this is gonna look very, very messy. You can make a house that's 2-story and entrance at the top and the bottom. I mean, that's what I usually do in some of the buildings anyway. What if you make a building and a train going through it? I don't know where the train would go through, though, or what train system would I want. Because none of the buildings, or any of the buildings right now, have like a metro system or train system in general. It'll be interesting to implement that for like a future city build, but at the same time, I don't really have much of a good idea for how that's going to work. Alright. This doesn't look any better. I'm just going to be completely honest with that. This does not look any better. But we could theoretically work with this, I think. So let's see how this would work. With some pillars over here, we'll put like a block, some wall blocks around through here. Would this be enough space for us to work with? Hopefully that's enough indoor space we can work with for this building. Because it feels a bit too cramped. Like, yeah, that looks... This area here is way too cramped. Like, just to make you guys see it a little bit more easier. I define that as being a bit too cramped. that space for the building is way too cramped. Because that's... The black glass is supposed to be where the wall blocks are. I don't think you can fit through there. So yeah, this is not great. Yeah, this is not a great plot of land to work with in terms of like making buildings. So what I would propose is we don't build a building over here, I guess. Or actually, can we keep this building? Would it make sense if we keep this building around through here? That could be the case. We can keep this building. I don't want the quartz pillars to touch each other, though. You know what? I'm not going to go for buildings over here. This is way too small. So yeah, we're trying to work with something over here, and it's not going to work. At least we're planning this out. Let's just not go for it. This area is way too tight for buildings to exist even through here. So I'm going to try and like clear this up. So what I'm going to do instead is probably move the road so that way it can occupy a little bit more of this space over here, right next, pretty adjacent to like all the rest of this terrain here, and also put like a staircase over here as well, and see if we can also try and fit a building over on that side. I don't know if that's gonna work out, but yeah, let's just quickly clear this up because this was not a great idea. Also, dinosaurs 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗟𝗀, welcome to the Fox Army. Hope your day's been doing pretty alright. I can't speak anymore. I cannot even like greet people properly anymore. It's gonna be whack. Aspect says it started to snow. That's pretty pog, or it's gonna be big yikes depending on how you view snow. But still, pretty interesting though. Frick you, throat. Yeah, let's have this go over here. As long as it's like light snow, then usually it will be pretty fine. But once it goes into like heavy snow, everything just starts to become an absolute arse. Like, snow is fun if it's in like very small quantities though. After a while, it just becomes a nuisance. Alright, let's see. Let's fill this area in again. And then we can move this actually over here. So let's quickly deal with that. Yeah, this is very tiny. These areas over here are very tiny to build like buildings over here, so this is gonna be pretty yikes. Alright, there we go. We'll probably get rid of this pathway here and have that connect with the other pathway over there and see how that will look. Oh, what the frick are you doing over here? Get out of here. Oh, yeah, you want to, like, fight me, huh? Get the frick out of there. Alright, Aspect's gonna get something to eat, and that's no worries. And also, Paul wants to redeem another Stay Hydrated, so stay hydrated as always, I guess, Paul. Stay hydrated. Alright, fill this area in. God, my throat is really annoying. It's very gunky. My throat is extremely gunky, and I hate that. I think it's because, I think it's mainly because I've been talking quite a lot, and that's probably something that my throat just does normally, just to combat all of that. Is it possible I can make a diagonal road over here? So we can try and, like, utilize this plot of land for a building. Let's see. Anyway, it's quite expensive to hydrate. I mean, it's only 1,000 points. If I do it any if I make it any lower, people are gonna easily spam it. So I think 1,000 is perfectly good enough for a hydration emote, honestly, or not emote, a hydration reward. And people still spam it, still at like 1,000 points. So I think it's a pretty good like chunk of like channel points for that. Yeah, as Strange Cliff has also said. Dog Chum says, what is the current day in Minecraft? You can take a look at the bottom right of your screen, or like the stream right now, and you can see what day counter it is at the moment. Currently it's day 7,222, which is nice. But yeah, that's how long this world has been going through. I mean, water helps my throat to a certain point, and I really mean a certain point, because sometimes it just doesn't work after a while, even after doing a crap ton of like chugs of water, and after a while it just becomes an absolute nuisance. So yeah, it's really just a bit of like a bed, I guess, in some ways. Can this spot fit in a building? I think only one building, because I don't think it can really fit anything else after that, so that might work. I'm gonna move this a little bit to the side though, because I think we can just keep this as like as simple as possible. I broke that glass without silk touch. Right, anyway. Alright, that should be fine. Alright, let's probably add like an extra glass here. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can try and fit like a building over here in this area. This looks like a bit of a croissant building of some kind, I guess. So this will be interesting to work with. But who knows? Alright. How's that gonna work? I guess that kind of works in some degree. My hand is beginning to smell, and I don't know why. Probably need to watch my mouse after a while. Is it currently hot in New Zealand at the moment? Just my room is only 23.4 degrees Celsius, and it's currently cloudy outside, so I would say it's not very warm. But knowing what happened last year with how the temperatures have gone, it can go up to like 28 degrees Celsius in my room, which is probably around like 26 degrees outside, depending on how hot the day is. So it might get pretty hot, or it might get pretty cold, depending on the season and stuff like that. But yeah, overall it's not too extreme, I guess, in any direction, but ideally I don't want to like boil alive. We need some more black glass again. Holy frick, we're eating our supplies pretty fast. It's cold and rainy where I am, which is pretty fair. I mean, Auckland right now is just pretty cloudy. And yes, it's currently in the morning here in New Zealand. So this is why it's, that's why I call these a morning streams. It's only 10:25 a.m. here. Alright, there we go. Let's see if this would fit in pretty well or not. Would this work as a pretty good building? I mean, that's a pretty relatively okay size, I guess, so we could technically use this as a pretty nice sort of building. So I don't know what the building is going to be though, because we have this entire like rackety area over here, so this will be a interesting thing to deal with, or plan out. So, oh well, at least we're able to fit a building over here, so that's not too bad. Alright. I'm not going to add any more basalt pillars, because I don't know if that's going to work well for this area. For this area, since we have a little bit more extra space, we can fit like a proper building over here, so let's see how that will look. And we can also make this overhang a little bit, because this area is pretty small to build a building over there, so that's pretty good for us. Alright, there we go. Let's place down some more blocks of pillars over here. Like gray glass. We also need to figure out how far do we want this other quartz pillar to be. So fully around here will be fine. There we go.
You've got mail.
Aspect says, what is the situation with animals? What do you mean by animals? So far I haven't really like thought too much about where like animals would be, but then again there really isn't that much like animals that would be able to live in the nether in general, so I don't know how that's going to go. I should probably shift this over by an extra block actually. So let's move this a little bit. I mean, so far we're already like, oh, the situation animals in New Zealand. Like in New Zealand, I mean we have like a very like nice special, or not special, but like very like protective sort of like wildlife that we need to protect, because we have the tendency to have animals that used to not have like a lot of predators, and then humans came to this country and then we kind of ruined it. So now we just had to figure out a way to like protect them as much as possible. So that's kind of what the situation is right now for New Zealand in terms of animals. But we have a lot of like cool animals though. Any snakes in your house? No. We don't have snakes in New Zealand, or that much snakes. Compared to like Australia and whatnot, we don't really have snakes. Oh well. I mean, there are like some like sea snakes, but you know, they're only sea snakes, so they're not too bad. Anyway, I have to do my exam practice now. Alright, good luck then, mate. Hope you do pretty well in your exam practices, 𝗦𝗟. And hopefully you do pretty well as well. Alright. How in the bloody hell did I want this stupid pillar or corner to work? This is not gonna look very nice. Let's try this approach instead. Yeah, that opens up a little bit more extra room for this area here, which is nice. Actually, let's fill that in. I don't want to break that. Frick you, throat. I do need to sing or like speak over this track, because apparently it is a pretty copyrightable track for whatever reason, which is pretty yikes. But then again, it's also pretty tame in some degrees, so it's whatever. It's not actually DMCA-able, it's just copyright strikeable, which is really bizarre. Alright. Over that over there. We can't do much about this corner, so that's fine. I think that's a pretty good arrangement of like stuff we can work with this building. So it's a very simple building. It's just only like an L-shaped building of some kind, but oh well. At least we can utilize a lot of space around through here, so that's alright. Alright, got a notification about like a meeting I need to go to in like an hour or so, so that's great. At least I need to like keep an eye on the clock a little bit. Are there any sloths in New Zealand? No, unfortunately. I mean, unless you count them being in the zoo and stuff like that, then in general, no, we don't have any sloths. I'm gonna probably like borrow this like pillar over here so we can base that as where the next building is going to be. And then we can have a little bit of an overhang over here just to utilize a little bit more extra space. Alright. Yes, I know. Freaking bloody computer is already also giving me a notification about like the meeting I need to go to, so I already got your notification, computer, please. Leave me alone. Alright, what's the difference between DMCA and copyright? Copyright is pretty much like the law of who owns what and all that stuff in terms of like internet, not internet stuff, but like any sort of like intellectual property or any sort of like works of art and all that stuff. That's basically what copyright sort of like entangles through, and DMCA is the one of the methods of enforcing copyright and putting like giving out a DMCA like takedown of some kind forces the person who is using the work, who probably doesn't know about copyright or whatever like that, to not use it and stuff like that, whether through fines or by penalties or whatnot. It's just down to what the sort of DMCA complaint is, I guess. But yeah, I haven't been really too what's the word, not informed, because I'm still pretty well informed, but I'm guess not too very knowledgeable what the details are between like what is the DMCA sort of like complaints going to be, but it can vary quite a lot depending on who is taking action. Alright, let's go and put this down over there. Alright, see you later then, Aspect. Hopefully see you next time. Be sure to get some good rest as well. Alright, let's go and fill in this last spot over here. This looks kind of jank, but also at the same time it doesn't look to be too jank, so it should be fine, I guess. Alright, anyway. Let's have a wall through here. Yeah, this will be a very simplistic sort of wall of some kind, or simple like sort of like area to work with in terms of like this being a building, but it should be fine. Alright, see you later. See you later as well, Strange Cliff. Hopefully see you next time. Be sure to get some good rest as well, mates. Excuse me. Be sure to get some good rest, mates, as well. Alright. Oh, I can really hear my voice being strained out, which is not great. Not great whatsoever, but oh well. Cover that up for a basalt pillar, because why not? Alright, there we go. Let's see how this area will look. Don't want to break that with my fists. That'll be very bad. Alright. That's a pretty good use of space, I believe. And since we have a little bit of overhang that we can work with, that's not too bad. Not too bad for a building, I guess. We can only fit in like a single basalt pillar, though, because this area is kind of occupied. Or actually, we could just, I guess we can, like, feign out that this is, like, part of, like, the building, I guess, over here. But that would be kind of bizarre, but, oh well. That might be something that we can work with. Alright, that looks pretty, oh, frick, I messed it up. That seems pretty alright, then. A nice sort of, like, single doorway here. We got a little bit of extra space for, like, stuff inside over here. That looks pretty good. Please, Throat, can you please, like, work with me? You only have like 28 minutes left or whatever like that. Or maybe just 15 minutes, because I still have a meeting that I need to attend to in like a few minutes time. So probably would end the stream a little bit early just to prepare for that. But overall, it doesn't look too bad around through here. That is pretty much like all the major terraces that we need to work on. Again, I don't know what to really occupy around through here, so that would just be left open for whatever purpose that we need. But for the most part, that's pretty much all the major terraces now fully occupied. Could we fit a building over here? I mean, I think we already tried it before. It would not look very neat, so yeah, let's not go for that then. But yeah, we got a building over here, another building over here. That looks pretty good. Not gonna really do much over here just yet, so we're gonna go for that terrace over there pretty soon. But I think that's pretty much like these areas over here pretty much done, which is sweet. Got those bottom terraces also done. We have these huge areas over here for major buildings, which is good. We already started work on these terraces, or not terraces, but like these areas over here. So I guess, what do we go for next? What's the next, excuse me, throat is already dying. What's the next area that we want to work on? Maybe this bottom area over here, but then again, this area is so freaking small, and I might as well just turn this into like a simple pathway. I don't think we can really fit any proper buildings around through here, I guess. So, yeah, there really isn't that much we can do around through here. So maybe just set up like a pathway there and just call it for today for that area, I guess. Dump all the red glass stuff left, or yeah, I'll just dump it for now. Alright, get all the white glass that's still left in our inventory. We don't have a lot of white glass though, which is worrying. So once we run out, we'll quickly restock on our supply of white glass. But I think there's like enough white glass over here that we can like use, I guess, hopefully. Don't know how this pathway is going to go, but maybe it's going to be right next to, probably like have it right next to like the lava ocean or shore over here, I guess. Not Gone Zome says, I'm surprised you're streaming at this hour, which shouldn't be too much of a surprise since I made, like, announcements earlier. But anyway, But yeah, streaming at this time because I don't want to deal with like a thing called summer heat that's approaching very fast, so that's what's happening at the moment. Maybe I should really make like a proper announcement about like the like changes to like the time, like schedules and stuff like that, but I didn't make a post on Twitter and on like Discord maybe? I mean, I probably not a proper one on Discord yet, but I probably would do something later on, I guess, about that. But then again, if you're already getting notifications from like the Twitch page, not Twitch page, the Twitch channel, or not Twitch channel, but like the Twitch notifications from like Discord, you should be able to like hear about that, I guess? I'm not too sure. Alright, anyway. I also need to get some spare red glass just to make sure we occupy, or like fill in some spots over here. Then we need to change out in terms of the placement of some new roads here. So just like so. God, my throat sounds extremely thrashed. But why? Why is my throat extremely thrashed today? That makes no sense. God, I love listening to these tracks. Let's go over here. Frick you, throat. Why are you becoming suddenly gunky all of a sudden? Frick you. Let me just like vibe and like chill in peace, please. Why do you have to be such a wacky arse? Maybe more chillin' vibes, I guess. There we go, that's completely filled in. So now I need to figure out how to lay out a proper road around through here. I mean, it's not gonna be a proper road. It's still gonna be pretty rough, and most likely I'll finalize a better design later in the future. But for now, let's see if we can try like a pretty good road. Go right next to the shore of this area of this lava lake, I guess. I mean, it's a lava shore of some kind, so might work. I don't know how well these diagonal roads are going to be, or these pathways are going to be. I guess it probably would leave some... I want to leave some space, I guess, for like some other sort of like decorations, I guess? Or areas where like maybe like villagers might want to just sit down and just stare at like death. I don't know how well this is going to look. But who knows? This might be interesting to look at. Alright, just make a nice simple straight path over here. Then we need to make a bit of a turn to the right. I almost said left. Wow, my brain hurts. Bit of a turn to the right. So that way we can go towards that bit of staircase over there. And see how that goes. Is this only 2 blocks wide? It should be 3 blocks wide as far as I know. Yeah, it's only 3 blocks wide, perfect. Or 5 blocks wide. It needs to be an odd number, also I'm not going to be able to fit a proper pathway through here. But yeah, that looks pretty good. How you doing, by the way, JKE? Hope you're doing pretty well. Don't think I've seen you in quite some time indeed. Hope you're doing pretty well so far, JKE. Frick your throat. Like, I'm not coughing because I actually need to cough. I'm just coughing to try and, like, free up the gunk that's stuck in my throat. Because I can definitely feel like there's something in my throat. And it's not budging, and I hate it. Something about my throat just absolutely hates me, like, speaking whenever I stream and stuff like that. It's super weird. Maybe I'm just still not used to, like, speaking all the time. It's super weird. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty well so far. I'm just a bit tired, but overall I've been doing okay. Hope your day's been doing pretty well as well, mate. If not, then hopefully this stream is gonna make your day a little bit better. Alright, go around through here. Hi, Sodium. Fill these spots. Alright, looking pretty good. Why is my throat beginning to phase out? Okay, anyway. Alright, then make some more diagonal roads through here. I don't know how this is going to work. Or how well this is going to work, I guess. Anyway, still in the nether, a lot of work I see. I mean, yeah, this is a mega project in and of itself anyway. You know what would be really funny? Like, once I'm done with like this entire nether project, I wonder how many people are also going to keep saying, oh, are you still working in the overworld? Once I go back to like another overworld project or something like that. And it goes as long as this nether project. Like, it'll just be funny after a while. It'll be annoying, but it also will be funny. Just to see people complain about how long an overworld project is while I've been working on both another overworld and another project in the past. But like, I've always had the habit of making very long projects, so can't really stop myself there. But it's pretty interesting though. Alright, Sodium, you can do the lurk. You do the lurk. Alright. That seems to be a pretty good diagonal pathway. I mean, it's rough looking, but it serves its purpose, so I ain't complaining too much, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Also, 𝗦ście𝗰𝗶, if that's how to pronounce your name, 𝗦ście𝗰𝗶. Welcome to the Fox Army. Hope your day's been doing pretty well. Throat. Frick you, throat, your gunkiness. Shut up. Alright, anyway. So we got this sort of shoreline finally dealt with. So what else do we still need to do before we go into like the higher planes of like existence, basically? There's still like a crap ton of like major like terraces that we need to work on. I guess one of the major problems that I have to deal with is how does this landmass over here link up to this landmass over here? Because I think we came up with like an idea that there will be two towers that'll be kind of like conjoined around through here, and then there'll be like a bit of a bridge that'll go from like over here to over here maybe? But then again, I have no idea how that's going to work, and I don't know if that's going to be the idea that I want to maintain, I guess. Or maybe there should be like a bridge over here instead. I don't know what the frick my plan was earlier. Back when I was like planning out for these bridges of some kind, or like wharfs of some kind, so well, that's lovely. I am completely indecisive about what the frick did I plan to do like some time ago. That's lovely. That's a very lovely thing. Anyway, 𝗶𝗶 says I gotta go to sleep. Bye everyone. No worries then. Hopefully see you next time then, 𝗶𝗶. Frick you, throat. My throat is still gunky AF and I hate it. Alright, let's go and build like a little bit of like a staircase up towards this upper terrace. And since this will be a terrace of some kind, it'll only be like 2 blocks wide. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that'll be implemented. God, why is my throat super gunky today? Makes no sense. It still feels very weirdly satisfying to listen to Cold 𝗟𝗏 music while working on stuff in the nether. It feels like it fits surprisingly damn well, which is horrifying. But then again, this is the nether, so I should not be too surprised that it fits pretty well. But still, pretty interesting though, pretty interesting. Alright, a little bit of a road through here, maybe around the, yeah, roughly around like the circumference of this entire landmass maybe. And see how that will look. Just a simple 2x2 road and see how that would fare in this area. Did I build this? No, I like I remember like following this sort of like cliff face design, so I did not make this like cliff face intentionally roundy. I was just like filling in the blocks, and it just happened to be the cliff faces happened to be roundy. Well, that's lovely. It's so wholesome. The soundtrack is always so wholesome. despite it literally being about like forming a clan, which is, or not a clan, a freaking cult, which is always the sort of juxtaposition that I always want to like see in like some video games maybe. But yeah, it's super funny, just super funny in some degree. Alright, we'll just have the pathway go around through here. Is this gonna be a huge like donut of some kind? Like a bit of a donut road maybe. So that way it just goes around through here. And we'll see how that goes. Anyway, how you doing, my little cool... Oh God, I can't speak properly. The cool guy Ree. How you doing, by the way, the cool guy Ree? Hope your day's been doing pretty nice. Welcome to the stream, mate. Alright, make some diagonal roads through here. This will not be very neat, but that's kind of the point for now. Definitely would need to tidy these areas up in the future, but oh well. Alright, let's have this go over here instead so we can maximize a little bit of space for a building over there. But yeah, I hope your day's been doing pretty nice so far, cool guy Ree. God, the vocals. Anyway, also the cool guy Ree, welcome to the Fox Army. Great rhyme there. Very good rhyme. Alright, let's go over here. Slowly break off a little bit of the glass here, bit by bit. And hopefully that's gonna look pretty neat-ish. I'm gonna doubt it's gonna look pretty neat, but hopefully it'll look pretty good though. Foxes are my favorite animal. Big pog. Glad to hear you enjoy like foxes as well. Alright. I don't know if this is gonna work well or not, so I'm just gonna make sure I also put like continue on this area over here as well. Yeah, I have no idea if this pathway is gonna look good or not. It looks a little bit messy, but yeah, that's kind of by design because I haven't really finalized what this entire pathway is going to look like. Also, you guys need to die. You guys should not exist. You should all be not spawning in and suffer. But oh well. Guess you still all exist in our minds. And I'm out of white glass. Frick. Okay. Time to restock more white glass, and also probably get rid of like also a lot of the red glass that we've accumulated as well. So we'll quickly deal with both of those things while we're at it. So at least we don't have to do it for like next week's stream, I guess. Let's first of all dump all the red glass that we don't need. Let's organize my inventory a little bit so that'll make our lives a little bit more easier. There we go. Alright, dump this over there. And dump the rest over there. Ow! Who the frick is trying? Who the frick are you doing here? Get perished in midair. Alright, anyway. I love that. I love how you're just able to like have like just fire aspect, just kill things in midair. Alright, anyway. Let's see, we still have a little bit of spare reserve glass, so we can still make that into white glass and whatnot. But I am still worried about our supply of glass that's still left, so we might need to resort in getting more sand and therefore more glass later on, which is not something I will want to keep doing. It's really tedious after a while. And sure, I could get more, I can get like a sand duper and stuff like that, but I also want, I don't really need a huge amount of quantity of like glass anyway, so I don't know. Don't know how much we still need to like grab. Alright, let's go and dump this over here. More of this. There we go. More of that. There we go. Whoops, there we go. Need some space for the white dye, or else I'm not gonna dye anything. There we go. That gonna work. Okay, that's good. So a little bit of excess amounts of glass left. We'll definitely need to restock on that pretty soon. Considering that we're gonna run out of black glass, but I think there's still some spare black glass I have left, but Yeah, we're running low a little bit on supplies now, so we might need to do a bit of a restock mission later on in next week's stream, or another stream later next week. Alright, more white glass stuff. Let's quickly grab some more. Get some more work done, I guess. Some of these areas are 3 blocks wide, which is a bit jarring. But at the same time, I don't think it really matters, hopefully, too much, but we might need to narrow that down. Hello, zombie piglin. Fine, just vibing over there. Depends on what your definition of funny is, Kiwi. How's that looking? That seems a bit of a weird turn. And something about it is just not right. Maybe I need to make this matching, I guess? Make sure that the thing is matching pretty well. Or maybe it's because of like some sort of perspective thing. If I had a block over... Wait, let's see. Would that fix it? No. What the frick am I looking at? Why does this feel wrong? 1, 2... Need to get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So why not placing that down? Alright, let's move this back a little bit because I need to make some more space for this building over there. See how that will work. Okay, that kind of matches. 3 over there, so we just need to cut off that. Great. Let's cut off that area over there, so that looks a little bit more neater-ish. Hopefully. God, pathways are such a bloody arse to like get right sometimes. But then again, it could just be my OCD being stupid. But yeah, I have no idea, Kiwi. I don't know if I should even ask. Usually, like, if it's just unsolicited, like, jokes or whatnot that I just don't care about, I just don't want to really hear it that much. Because usually, sometimes the jokes get kind of stupid after a while. Okay, we need to add, like, a little bit of extra stuff around through here. Or not, so we have to, like, put something over here. Or else that's just not going to look very neat. Maybe another one over there. I don't know how that's gonna work. No, let's try this. Would this work as a pretty good pathway? I mean, that kind of works. That pathway kind of works, I guess. I mean, it feels a bit weird on the corners over there because of how this is all structured, but at the same time, it's fine, I guess. Compared to this area, it doesn't frick me. It's really going to be hard for us to get the sort of like width of these areas right. Yeah, I think I'm not really great when it comes to making paths anyway, but I think that looks pretty okay-ish. I mean, the corners would be a little bit rough, but that's kind of intentional. Kind of want to move this a little bit back because I don't know if this is enough space for like some sort of like building of some kind. Because I want to build like some sort of overhanging building over here. But I guess that kind of works well in some degree. In case it's not perfect enough, we can always move the road. And for the rest of this area here, we can probably add a little bit extra width over here. Whoops. Just to see how that goes. Just like so. And then maybe we can add some more stuff around here. There we go. That seems to be pretty okay. How about this? Nah, that's not gonna look good. Alright, that looks pretty alright. I have a little bit of extra stuff over there. And we'll see how that would go. And then we can add a little bit of extra, like, width over there. And that seems like a pretty okay pathway. I feel like the diagonals are a bit too wide in some areas. Because I might as well just turn this into like a 3-block wide sort of like pathway, but yeah. Some of them just don't fit very well. Maybe I should add a little bit of extra length in the corners here and then remove some of the girthiness. I don't know if that's going to work very well though. It kind of works. Kind of seems a little bit more even, I guess. But again, I'm not really good when it comes to like pixelated pathways, so probably I'm doing this completely and utterly wrong, but I don't know really. Don't think anyone watching is actually an expert in terms of like making these sort of like pathways anyway. But they seem to be pretty alright. That adds a little bit of extra length to each of the paths. Then it goes around through here, which is perfectly fine. And then over here seems to be alright, I think. I might shift this just over here. God, freaking blade pathways are such a pain in the arse to get right. So yeah, we have like a bit of like a direct pathway, or like direct sort of diagonal pathway like that, and that seems to be working pretty well. Yeah, that seems a little bit better. It's rough, it's not perfect, but at the same time, it's gonna work for the meantime, I guess, for how we want things to go. Considering that we kind of want to build like some sort of wall around through here, like around the edge maybe, I think that would make a bit of sense why we all have like a little bit of space over here, but yeah, it just adds a little bit of extra flexibility, I guess. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it for today, because I'm both tired and I also need to get ready for a meeting in like 30 minutes or whatnot, or something. So I think that's kind of arranged alright. I don't know if this is gonna be a good start for like the work over here for buildings on the top of this terrace, but I'm gonna hope that's gonna be pretty good. So anyway, I'm gonna call it for today because I need to get some rest. So if you guys want to take a look at more of these wacky streams, you'll get notified immediately when the stream goes live again next week on Monday, or Saturday actually, because we have another. We will probably do like a bit of a miscellaneous gaming stream on Saturday. Then be sure to join the Very Wacky Discord server, so that way you get notified immediately when we go live next time. Why can I not speak anymore? Why is my brain so dead? I don't even understand. So you know what? Join the Wacky Discord server to find out even more. God, that's a terrible outro.